We don't like to let an hour go by without reminding you the first Democratic presidential debates here on this very network are now just 19 days away, and we're continuing our series, The Road to Miami, where Steve Kornacki is traveling along the teeming I-95 corridor from Maine to Florida, telling us everything we need to know about the states along the way. Tonight, we're crossing from Rhode Island into what they used to call the land of steady habits, the Constitution State, the great state of Connecticut. And with us again tonight, our national political correspondent, Steve Kornacki. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Brian, and that's right. Here it is, our final New England state on this journey. This is the last one before we head down to New York, Connecticut. They also call it, of course, the Nutmeg State. Some of the sights, some of the attractions we saw today. We resisted the urge to do some gambling at Foxwoods. We crossed that line separating where all the Red Sox fans live and all the Yankees fans live. A little bit of an east-west divide there. Had some pizza in New Haven. Saw the mansions down in Greenwich, the Gold Coast, they call it. You're wondering maybe, why is there a jail on this map? Why is there a prison on this map? This was actually the funnest part of our day in Connecticut. We took a little detour up Route 8 to the city of Waterbury. Full disclosure, that is my mom's hometown. But Waterbury also has a reputation for, and I'm not sure how to put this, massive political corruption, I think is what I'm trying to say. They had recently 3 consecutive mayors from Waterbury faced criminal charges. They produced a governor, John Rowland, who went to prison twice. He just got out. In fact, I think it was a year ago last week. There's all sorts of old stories in Waterbury about election rigging, irregularities, voting the dead. Joe Lieberman used to say he wanted to be buried in Waterbury so that he could remain politically active. It's a reputation of the brass city, but I love that place. I love Waterbury. So that's some of what we saw in Connecticut. But in terms of its relevance to the presidential race next year, well, we know Connecticut's generally been a solidly blue state. And here's the deal, too. Here's the primary. Look where it falls on the calendar next year. You got Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, South Carolina, Super Tuesday, all these other states way at the end of April. You get to the Connecticut primary. There's a good chance this thing will be settled by the time they get there. There have not been many consequential Connecticut primaries. Memorable moment came when Bill Clinton got stunned by Jerry Brown in '92. But I'll tell you what, Connecticut, maybe its most significant moment was the last time around. It was the rise of Donald Trump. If you remember this, remember the Wisconsin primary in early April 2016? Remember Ted Cruz beat Trump? This is when folks said, hey, that Republican establishment's getting its act together. They're uniting behind Cruz. They figured out how to beat Trump. Maybe Cruz is going to win the nomination. Maybe the establishment's going to stop Trump. And then where did the race go after that Wisconsin primary? It went to a bunch of states in the Northeast, Pennsylvania, Maryland. Connecticut was one of those states. And it turned out Trump was extra strong with Republican voters in this region. He won every single one of these states. They weren't even close. That included Connecticut. You see there, Trump got 58%, John Kasich 29%, very distant second. That was winner take all. He won all the delegates there. He won the bulk of delegates in all those contests. And that, Brian, I think that night, if you remember it, was when we really knew Donald Trump was going to be the nominee, when he swept those states after losing Wisconsin.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.